Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter Barber. I am primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, bass vocalist, and host of the podcast Vocal Arts with Peter Barber. Today, we are back with Diana Ankudinova. Apparently this is her first audition at 14. So my first video on her, Can't Help Falling in Love with You, is now the most popular video on my entire YouTube channel. It just passed 500,000 views the other day. If you'd like to see that analysis, I'll include a link right here for you guys to go check that out after this one. But this is her first audition ever, so it says in the title, and I'm very interested to see what she sounded like in her first public appearance, essentially. Guys, this is a reaction and analysis, so I will be pausing primarily to talk about Diana's amazing voice, all the uniqueness in her sound, her color, her timbre, her vocal range. It's a voice I have thoroughly enjoyed commenting on so far and will continue to. But I will be pausing, so if you'd like to watch this video all the way straight through, a link will be in the description for you to do that. And you can come back and learn a lot more about what she's doing vocally. Guys, please do like, subscribe, comment for the algorithm, hit the bell, and if I am enhancing your listening experience, please do consider joining my Patreon family for as little as $3 a month. Without further ado, let's check out Diana Ankudinova singing Last Dance. Oh my gosh, she's so young.
Прикольно.
Так.
Oh, singing in French. So you can tell already there's a talent there, but we're not even getting a glimpse into what makes her voice so incredible, which I've commented on this in the past. It comes down to her physiology and her actual pharyngeal space, which you'll hear later. A larger pharyngeal space creates a darker, warmer sound, and hers is unlike anything I've ever heard before. And you really only hear it in its full capacity when she starts kind of belting, using that belt technique in her mid to upper chest voice range, which surely we'll hear later, because this is probably the audition really that kind of put her on the map. And despite being very talented, you can already tell that right from the get-go. What really separates her as a singer is that vocal quality that only her voice has.
Прикольно.
Так.
Yeah, these people know. So you can already tell there's something special about her, just the way she's artistically committed at this point. Because she's not doing anything vocally impressive at this point. She's just singing in tune, but she's committed and she's invested, and it seems organic and real. And judges like these who have been in the game for presumably decades, you can tell what's a bullshit performance and when someone's truly invested. And you can tell that Diana does give a shit, and she's thinking with intention while she's singing. Oh, some riff. Danse, danse. Very clean, accurate riff. I love the riffing that she's doing around these pitches. This is also going to be a pretty short video, it looks like. These auditions are like 1 minute, so we'll see. But yeah, pay attention to these riffs she's adding in between what would be considered the formal structure, actually, if you were to see this music on sheet music, excuse me, sheet paper, you would see the kind of general melody, something like that. But she's throwing in all these riffs. Riffs are all those added notes, those like notes that come in quick succession. And she's adding all these in, planned or unplanned. People who are good at riffing can kind of do this on the spot like an ad lib. They could be planned. This could be a very well rehearsed audition. These shows are produced at the end of the day. But no matter, there is an additive quality to this kind of performance where you have the kind of general structure of the piece and then you have the artist bringing their own spice and flair to it and adding those riffs, what I call tasteful riffs in this case, where it's not a showboat kind of thing. It really is adding to the musicality. It's really adding to the piece. So we're getting that from Diana here. All that. There it is. Oh, okay, so now we're just getting a glimpse into that dark. It's like her voice octave higher than mine when I demonstrate, because bass. But her voice sound like her natural voice, and I've observed her tongue. You can pull the tongue back to darken the sound a lot. She does not do that. You lower the larynx to darken the sound a lot. That's what we do in opera. And if I expand my pharynx as much as possible, like I give myself the biggest throat possible, I can get like the same color as that she just has, which is crazy because I'm a freaking operatic bass. I have like one of the darkest, warmest sounds you can have as a singer when I'm singing opera, because I'm a low voice who has trained as an opera singer to give it that darkness and warmth. And she just has it. That's what's so crazy about her voice. So we'll get into some demonstrating hopefully later, but we're just getting the first glimpse of that now. We get it just on that syllables where we first are like, wait a second, that's a little darker than we're used to. You're like, whoa, and then it just gets darker and darker. You can definitely hear it in this section already, and then it right at the end the sound just gets darker and darker. So she's only singing around, like, is it only F? I think up to probably G4, I think. So the G below tenor high C. A flat below tenor high C. Just down to C. Just C4. Yeah, it's not that low. It sounds like it's that low, but it's actually not. It's up here. But you can already really hear the darkness in that sound. A little flip up into head voice. Oh, so the head voice, flips up into that lighter mechanism, that head voice on to the tenor high C. She can sing that high in full chest voice, but she disconnects intentionally here. Flips up into that head voice, which means that literally less of the vocal folds are actually vibrating. So when you're in pure chest voice, the whole mass of the vocal folds are vibrating, and they kind of look like this. And then when you flip up into your head voice like a lighter mechanism, the falsetto, just the edges of the vocal folds are vibrating, or the mucosal membrane that makes up about 10 to 15% of the entire vocal fold mass, and the rest of it is muscle. When you flip up into head voice, it's just the edges. It's because with less mass being used, you can stretch the vocal folds much farther, which is what increases the pitch. It's what makes the pitch go higher, stretching of the vocal folds. So that's the reason why if you try to carry your chest voice up, essentially for people that aren't super familiar with these registers, chest voice is where we speak naturally. It's that register. So if you try to carry your chest voice way up, if you try to carry it way up, you're stretching the whole vocal fold mass, and it really can only go so far. And then it gets to a certain point where you might experience what's called a voice crack, and that is just a release of the muscle, the vocal folds, which is basically a safety mechanism so that those edges of the vocal folds can continue stretching, and then you can sing way up high in your head voice. You can sing way higher if you're just stretching that much. So that's a very technical, physiological explanation as to what's happening here with Deanna when she switches from that chest voice singing and then pops up into that head voice for just a split second. It's so that she can sing a higher pitch, basically, safely. Just that high pitch there. There you go. So there's a perfect example of her actually carrying that chest voice all the way up. And it really, if you're doing it the right way, if you are belting high in like a musical theater style or a pop style, you're singing really high operatically in your chest voice, it has the same physiology as a very healthy yell. You train your vocal folds so you can sing with the power of a yell without getting the turbulence. So you maintain an efficient, healthy vocal fold closure despite putting all that power behind it. And you can really hear that kind of yelling quality when she sings that high C. See, right? A little bit of extra air escapes because that is clearly pushing her chest voice really high, but it still remains a pretty efficient sound and not the kind of grit. If a plebeian were to just yell at the top of their lungs, the vocal folds would start, you know how a yell sounds. There's a lot of like grit in the sound. This is a trained vocal folds who can withstand that subglottal pressure, the pressure that builds up below the vocal folds during each oscillation of them. Major riff. Big time riff. What did she get up to there? I love this riff, though. She articulates the first few notes of that with ha ha ha. She puts like ha ha. She like puts ha's in there to separate them, and then does a much smoother riff after that. Up to a high B flat there. The flat 7. And a little riff in what I believe is the Phrygian mode. It's my favorite mode in the world. Or it could be they're in C and she was riffing to the 5, but also, so Phrygian has a flat 2. That's what makes it so cool. So if we were in G, it'd be Do, Ra, Mi, Fa, Sol, Fa, Mi, Ra, Do. Super cool. It's awesome. It's my favorite key in the world. And I think she does a little riff in that mode here at the end. So listen for that. You hear that? Absolutely love it. Yeah. Deanna's first audition. Actually, my cousin just sent me a video this morning that there's a clip from her Can't Help Falling in Love performance that's going pretty crazy on TikTok right now. And she was like, have you seen this person? I was like, yeah, dude. My most popular video ever is a full vocal analysis of that actual performance. So maybe Deanna's about to blow up even more. Well-deserved. Very cool voice. Hope you guys enjoyed my first time reaction and vocal analysis of this audition at 14 years old. If you learned something, if I enhanced your appreciation of this amazing singer, definitely like, definitely comment, definitely subscribe. I know a lot of you suckers are still not subscribed, so subscribe. It's super helpful. And then consider joining my Patreon family for $3 a month. Also super helpful to keep the lights on over here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.